I'm with the Power Shift and the Canadian People's Union, and this is Coffee Revolution. I'm trying to do these every day, but I'm getting slammed with work right now, and so I'm going to just fit them in wherever I can. I'm not going to try to stick to a rigid schedule, because then they just don't get done. Life has other plans sometimes, and anyway, it's important that they get done, so this is how I'm going to do them to fit into my life as a volunteer. So today, we're going to talk about civil disobedience, why it's important. Do you have to always be in the public eye, doing things that get you in the news and all that kind of stuff? And does it always have to be that way? This is going to be a very short video, to the point. And then I'm hoping that everybody has some discussion around it in the conversation area, or in the comment area of the video. Because I know I'm hitting everybody at an odd time of the day, but this is just what worked today. So anyway, civil disobedience. No, civil disobedience is important. It is really one of the only tools we have, or one of the few tools that we have, to show our dislike or anger, or to show our public opinion that we don't like something for our government. No, I didn't get the job. This is a vitamin patch. I have really bad, I've been in a couple of really bad motorcycle accidents, and I've got really bad inflammation right now, and the weather here is taking a toll right now. So anyway, no, it's a vitamin patch. No, I will not be getting the job. I actually can't. I was vaccine injured in 2009 from the H1N1 vaccine, and it threw me for a loop for many, many years. So I am very reluctant to get this one. It's not that I don't believe in vaccines or that type of thing. It's just that while they're in their trial stages, I will not be one of the ones getting a trial vaccine. So anyway, back to the topic, which is civil disobedience. So there are many, many ways that we can do this. And I think what's happened in Canada, because we're not normally a country that rallies or protests in every province across for one thing. We've seen union action, like labor protests for unions throughout the years. We've seen protests for niche things, about farmers here in Saskatchewan, the wheat board, that type of stuff in the past. And as those have all been public and private, we only tend to take notice of the public. And there's a few things that are good about that, and a few things that are horrible about that. And the good thing is that we can do that. That's within our rights. The bad thing is, right now, it gets a whole movement painted very quickly by the media. And that's not always a good thing, because you want to have the attention of the silent majority. That's whose attention you need. You don't need the attention of the fringes, the extremes on each side. You need the attention of that huge 38 or 30 million, whatever, of the silent majority in the middle. And those are people who won't normally come out to protest. Those are people who normally won't do anything in the public, because they're concerned about, A, getting fined, B, losing their jobs, C, being ostracized. And, you may think, oh, what does it matter? Then they're just cowards. Well, no, it's a real thing that needs to be addressed. And that's what I would like people to talk about in the chat here, is how are you addressing that? How are you getting past that whole mental block, or that whole social block around civil disobedience? It's not an easy one. I know in my province, it's been very hard. There's only been one type of group that's been protesting, and they haven't been getting a whole lot of people out, and it's been very hard for the silent majority to get behind them, because they've been labeled so badly in the media. we get around that? Well, one of the things that you may have noticed in Quebec this past weekend is in the media that came out of one of the protests is the rage banner, or the revolution banner up front and center in the media. And it's important that when you are protesting, that you have one large visual presence that is all the same. Otherwise, you can be targeted as being about something that you really aren't about. So it's up to the organizers who are doing that. And people don't like to claim to be organizers because they don't want any personal repercussions. But if you're going to be asking people to come out and rally, you really do need to be taking the bull by the horns and saying, okay, we don't allow this type of thing at our rally. And if people do show up with those types of signs, you do need to, or stuff, you do need to go up to them and ask them to please not, keep it on the down low. Please don't fly it. Please, that type of stuff, because it actually harms your rally. And the other thing that you can do are a lot of silent type of things. Email your MPs, your MLAs. Write your MPs. You can write any MP in Canada, the upper cabinet, all of them for free. And all postage to them is free. You don't even need to put postage on the letter. Just put the address on and send it away. And likewise for emails, make sure they're civil. Make sure they have a solution. Make sure that they ask for a reply. Make sure that there's a lot of things inside of, they don't need to be very long, but they do need to be to the point. Don't waste their time. Don't be rude. Don't be, be respectful. And again, ask for a solution, or ask them, what are they working on? Ask for information. And again, a reply. Please reply. I'm waiting for your reply. Thank you. I anxiously await your reply. That type of stuff. And do it a lot. You will never get, if you're respectful and are asking valid questions and valid responses, you will never, ever get so-called blacklisted or anything like that. They will always, you're their constituent. You're the person that will vote them in or out at the next election. They don't want, if enough people are doing that in a solid voice and a solid focus in their constituent base, they will listen. That's the other thing about civil disobedience. There is strength in numbers. So yeah, the topic today is civil disobedience. So for those of you that are asking about other stuff and all of that, please don't. It's about civil disobedience. We will deal with the other stuff on another video. That's something else that we've been noticing with the videos, is that when a video is about a certain topic, people don't really care. They just sort of put their own 2 cents in the comments and expect to be answered and expect to be heard. Well, this is not the topic of today's video. Today's video is civil disobedience, and how do you do it in a way that is respectful, safe, gets you heard, gets you seen, that doesn't make you reliant on so-called media heroes. That's it. That's another danger of civil disobedience, is that only a few voices are loud enough to be heard, or a few voices are loud enough that say the same thing over and over again, and those are the only ones the media pays attention to. That's another issue with civil disobedience. So there is a lot you can do. You'd be surprised. You may think that nothing is happening, but it is. The worst thing that you can do is sign what are those called? Sorry, guys, it's been a day. The worst thing that you can do is sign petitions and then expect something to happen. Petitions are the lowest level activity. And there's certain petitions, like for example, a lot of the petitions for the federal government, if they're not done inside the House of Commons as an e-petition, you actually can't submit them. You will not be allowed to submit them. If you send a text, if you do something on Facebook, if you do something on Twitter, they won't respond. It needs to be email, it needs to be regular mail, or a phone call. And you need to keep at it. Don't just do it once and expect the world to change because you did something once. This is something that you need to do on a consistent basis. So what would help? Would us doing calls to action, laying out a framework for you to use, would that be something that would be helpful? And you can use your own words from that template, but at least it gives you something to think about. We can lay a whole bunch of them out for people to use, and you can send one off every day, every other day. That's the joy of email. That's the joy of being able to send things for free to the MPs, is that you don't have to do it just once. You can do it many, many times. As long as the message is different each time, or a little bit different each time, it counts. And likewise, if you're phoning, leave a very short voicemail, like very, very short. So we can leave scripts around that as well, if you'd like. There's also things that you can do in your own community. For example, the big box stores. I know some of the provinces are really being hit with lockdowns, and you can't use your stores as often as much as other provinces. However, there's things that you can do there, and that is, purchase the bare minimum, purchase things, look after yourself, but make sure that you're not giving everything to the big corporations either. There's now that it's summer, there's going to be a lot of garden markets opening up. A lot of farms are probably going to be selling their stuff right from the farms. So if you have a way to get to them, that's a good thing. So anyway, I'm just spitballing here. I would love to see your opinions in the chat, in the comments, and valid opinions, like just saying, oh, it doesn't work. Well, how does that help anybody, really? And we get so much of that. Oh, that's never going to work. That doesn't work. Well, there's stuff that's changing because people are taking notice. And it's small. We didn't get here overnight. It took centuries for us to get to this state. We're not going to get out of this state overnight. And the fact that people think that, we've been at this for 6 months and nothing's been happening and blah, blah, blah. It's going to take a long time, not years, but a long time. And as the ministries are doing all of this, the hard thing about some of this is that it's being done at the provincial level and not the federal levels for some things. However, the federal government could step in at any time. So there's that as well. So it's important that you contact your MLA, your MPs, your mayors, your city council, all of it. So we can roll some stuff out on the website about that. And we can talk on the forum on the website. And the website is thepowershift.ca. We can roll all that out. And I see that I'm almost at 14 minutes already, and I want to keep these short. So anyway, please check out the comments here. Keep replying, keep doing what you do best. We will be monitoring the comments. And when I say monitoring, if there's stuff in the comments that really shouldn't be there, please understand that it will be removed. We don't want our way of reaching people to be taken away because of comments, and we don't want our this is our way of reaching people. We don't want it taken away. And a lot of stuff you'll find in the forum section of our website, so you can go there and chat away, and that's not as heavily moderated as our Facebook and YouTube and places that we don't have, like that we have to deal with their rules. So anyway, have a great day, folks, and I hope to see you tomorrow. There's a lot of topics to be discussed. There's a lot to be rolled out. It can't be done in 10-minute sessions. Make sure you're on Facebook for the Q&A session on Thursday evening at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time is the French Q&A, and then right after that at 8:30 is the English Q&A, and that's pretty much where we can answer all questions and all of that. And all of those that were asking all other questions on here, we've answered all of them. Just go through the page and watch the videos. It's all there. Talk to you soon. Bye.